G-Dub, get that man a Chevitz.
Hey, man, take off that keeper. This ain't Yom Kippur.
Fill that glass up with that kosher juice.
Hey, man, get out from under that chuppah. We need to listen to 97.1.
It's the Valley Stud. You know what time it is, player.
97.1. It's 8 o'clock. Time for Hot Talk.
Yeah.
Make sure the radio dial's in the right spot.
You know it is.
97.1. Time for earphones.
All right, folks. It's a great way to start. It is the Conway and Whitman show, and we're live at 97.1 Free FM. Tim Conway Jr. and Brian David Whitman. Nice to see you, dude.
Timmy Conway Jr., man. Look at you,
right,
man.
folks.
I said it, man.
A huge night tonight. We have the stars of KLSX with us. Of course, it is Frosty, Heidi, and Frank. Nice to see the three of you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks for
having us back.
Yes.
Actually, as
Thank
I
you.
look at the prompter, I'm Laura Diaz.
Yeah, right.
And I'm Paul Majors.
And
Actually,
Paul
Paul
Majors
Majors is here.
joins us. Nice to see you, Paul
Nice to
Majors
see you.
from
Thanks for having me
Channel
on.
2. All right.
And I'm a Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade balloon.
With very tan skin. Look at you.
Easy guy wire lady.
All right, guys, thanks for coming in. There was some confusion earlier as to what the schedule was going to be tonight, but I'm glad that it was all straightened out.
Hey, is Danny Bonaducci going to be here later? Because
Yes,
he's
9
the big
o'clock.
draw, you know.
Yes, 9 o'clock he'll be here.
You know, I'm very excited because, we're on a big TV lot. You know, we go to, a little radio station every day, no big deal.
Right.
So we go to the KCAL-9 lot. I'm turning in. I'm like, I'm really something, And then we turn in, and I'm looking at the parking spaces. And I know how, like, big stars talk about they have their spot. And I saw Paul Majors, like, wow, Lord, okay, we got their spot. I'm driving in, and I see Bonaducci has this. and then I see Kramer.
That's
And I go, Kramer. Still, what the hell is it? Hamilton. Here it is. Okay. But like for a second, I was pissed. Like I thought, what the hell? I got jerked around again. But I didn't.
There was a little dirt median between hers and ours.
I know. I was all offended.
Yeah,
Did you
meanwhile,
see-
you go out and George Hamilton's having your car towed.
Did you see what a cornhick I am? I said, take my photo by my name on the curb. Let me point to it.
She laid down.
Although
in
the
space.
labels were done with like a Brother P touch or something. It wasn't terribly fancy, but it was still our names. And mine was spelled right.
Spelled correctly, right. It all matters.
And you know what's odd? I drove over at the KCAL lot here on Radford and Ventura, just east of Laurel. And I drive up, and there's a guy in the security booth. His name is Brian. And I pull up, and I said, he says, what's your name? I said, Tim Conway Jr. He goes, are you want Conway and Whitman? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, go ahead, without ever checking the list, right?
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to get on the lot,
Tim Conway Jr.
that's it. Because but he's also a big fan of Frosty, Heidi, and Frank.
He said that.
Met
yeah,
him.
When,
Yeah.
when we
Didn't
drove
ask
on
for
the lot.
ID, just right
Because
through.
last time we were here, it was
Jeez,
like
they strip searched me.
I need to see some ID, and I'm going, I didn't really bring anything, and they're like. But this time it was Brian who said, "Oh, I love. Go ahead." And I went, "Really?" And I said, "Well, Frank Kramer's right behind me." He goes, "Oh, okay. So you got
Like,
right
I
on."
don't know who that woman is.
I got to investigate this. I mean,
Yeah,
actually, all my suits and pants are made out of Velcro, so I can just rip them off quickly and get the strip search.
No,
done.
but I mean, in a
Get
post,
on to work.
I just went into fantasy land with you.
in a
Weird.
post 9/11 world, I mean, people shouldn't be accessing major entertainment lots this easily. Don't you agree, Paul?
I couldn't agree with you more.
right.
Yeah.
Well, they rip open your mail at work, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It's pre-read, pre-examined for anthrax or
And a
something.
lot of
It's
stuff-
always
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, good stuff that we get we never see because somebody go, "Hey, I sent you a box of candles, like aromatherapy candles. Did you get them?" So I sent them like a month ago.
We
and I go,
never actually get the
"No."
cash payments for all those records we play.
Yeah, we get nothing.
That's why we haven't played the records yet, by the way.
Right, screw them.
The day you hear a song, we got the payment.
Best job in the building, the basement post office.
But who's the guy that goes home at night knowing that he is the anthrax catcher? If anything comes in,
Right.
it's him first.
He's the front line. Well, okay, so we got a lot of brave Americans. We got guys opening mail, and they're they believe in freedom. I met a guy holding a manila envelope, and he had kids back at home.
Now, do you think when Al Gore went to see George Bush that they searched him?
I'm sure they.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially searched him.
Yeah, extra scanning.
Well, my goodness, I guess this is what it looks like inside.
That's right. Make yourself comfortable, Al. Just don't sit by that big desk.
Well, I should say your predecessor used to have this room locked all the time. I've never been in here.
Yeah, they both look real comfortable
Yeah,
together.
in that photo.
But how annoying is it for Al Gore to go in there knowing that he beat George Bush in the first vote?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I always say,
How would you feel if you got 500,000 more votes than the other guy? He's the leader of the free world, and you're eating Twinkies with Dipper in Nashville.
that's the deal.
That's Frosty's dream life.
He got he didn't get a few more votes. He got 500,000 more.
Right.
And he's with Tipper, just hanging in Carthage, Tennessee. And the other guys living in the White House, it would seem like you were the most unlucky person in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
if you pulled up to a blackjack table at Caesar's Palace and he sat next to you, wouldn't you move to another table?
Well, if he started commenting on the light bulbs in the casino or something.
I do believe they should replace those bulbs. I've got some back in the car, which generate less heat and consume less energy.
I'd say, Al, I'm just trying to get a 21 here, buddy. Please.
Do you think George let him try out the chair?
Go ahead and sit.
Is that tasteless?
I mean, if you got
While you're here.
Hey, by the way, want to try the red phone?
Hit launch just once.
Does the Oval Office have an oval crapper? Because if I was Al Gore, I'd have gone in there and left a floater.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Al, I don't want to offend you, but you can't use that toilet paper. It's got the seal on it. Everything's got the presidential seal. I'll tell you something.
Al Gore has a leaf with him at all times.
I have some friends who are very conservative radio disc jockeys, and they were all radio talk show hosts. Forgive me.
Thank you.
And they were all invited to the White House, to meet George Bush, and they were doing their show from the White House. And I'm talking guys like Sean Hannity and Mike
Al Rantel.
right? All these guys, Mike Gallagher, and apparently there's a gift shop. If you are in the White House, and I mean, you've been received in the Oval Office, you've met the president. Apparently, there is a very exclusive, Frosty, I know, has got that inquisitive look.
I'm going, man. I'm
It's
going.
a very exclusive gift shop that is only open to people, I guess, who have been in the Oval Office or met the president or whatever. So after these guys had their little, conservative, with George Bush, they said, well, hey, go ahead and, go. You
Pick
can go
something out?
Right, but Hannity had to leave, but he had to go do a show. But he said to my buddy Mike Gallagher, he says, do me a favor. I mean, clear the shelves in there. Buy everything.
They made him pay for it?
Yeah,
That's
no.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I thought
In
it
the
was like
cash
pick
register
your
in there?
something.
Yes, Hannity, clear the shelves. I mean, don't leave anything out.
Don't you
You
get
can
like $25 free?
Trinket kiosk in the White House.
You could get like a mug, like an Oval Office mug. I mean, like really high-end gifts that only people who really have been in the inner sanctum are
Cufflinks,
even
right.
able to buy.
Do the
Right.
profits go to pay down the deficit or keep Social Security afloat? Is it going for the public good?
That's a lot of mugs.
Where's this money going?
Do they change products with presidents?
Well, Tim, I've never been there, but I assume they do. I mean,
No
they
more condoms?
Is there a
Cigars?
clearance sale on the Taft merchandise that's still up there?
by the way, we need a restock in the Durex aisle.
Those things are going off the shelves like hotcakes.
I tell you what, I had some college friends come over. Those condoms, I mean, they were like hotcakes. They were just everybody, I mean, come on now. By the way, I think we're out of batteries. They're usually behind the counter over there. So I don't know if they changed the products.
All right. If you listen to Frosty, Heidi, and Frank earlier today, they were discussing, I think it was Frosty was discussing
Not me.
going home for the holidays.
I didn't go home for the holidays. I'm going to see them in Christmas. The thing that Thanksgiving is 30 days away from Christmas. I can't take them twice in 30 days. I
Oh,
can't.
so you
take
don't
it.
go for Thanksgiving and Christmas?
No. I'll see them Christmas. I could not stomach the family for more than one time a year.
That's the only thing you can't stomach.
Oh, now he's funny.
I save it for the Conway Whitman show.
Yeah, why waste it on our show?
Frosty, what don't you like about your family?
No, I like him. Don't take this wrong. It's like at some point you're an adult too.
You
want
wanna
to
lay down?
I'm too forceful, aggressive, and type A to go home and be pushed around by dad anymore.
Now, do you stay at your parents' house or do you stay in a hotel?
I stay at my parents' house, which is like bargain basement. Everything is generic. The toilet paper just says toilet paper from Russia. It's the most disgusting thing.
He got crabs there once.
I'm used to. I did. I got crabs from my.
Maybe I
crabs at your parents' house?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's a terrible thing to
I
say.
slept in my mom's bed, and when I got home, I was itching. I didn't sleep anywhere else.
Gee, who wouldn't want to go home?
So your mom gave you crabs?
I didn't. I never brought that up with her because I didn't want to
Only
embarrass
in
her.
Indiana.
But where else would I get it?
Oh no, Frosty!
Wow.
I'm
This is
so
the South.
sorry.
I think they were crayfish.
Man,
It is Florida.
it's the mid. Oh, is
There's
it Florida?
crustaceans
That's the
everywhere.
Midwest.
Oh, Florida. So there's crabs everywhere.
Right. But not a bad title for your autobiography. Mom gave me crabs.
There's so many titles.
So
Wouldn't you pick that book up and leaf through it?
in parenthesis, and I liked it. Can I show you guys something?
Yes, sir.
I want you to tell me if you can guess what this is.
A crab.
He's digging into
No.
his pants.
Okay. What do you think this small metallic thing is? It's flat for those who can't see through the speakers. It's flat, multi-layered, metallic looking. Is it a meteor? What is it?
Oh my God.
It looks like your
A weight for fishing.
your grandfather's teeth.
No.
Something you found in your mother's bed.
No.
The size of the crab your mom
Yeah,
gave.
so
you.
fossilized
You
crab.
lost a filling.
No. It's a model of your brain,
You
Frank,
should-
actual size.
You should really replace those mercury fillings. They're dangerous.
I cleaned out my fireplace over the Thanksgiving weekend because I had nothing else to do. This is what's left of my hard drive that I roasted in my fireplace.
Oh, is that right?
Because you can't just put your computer in the black bin. You know, who knows? So I put it in the fireplace, and I thought, damn, that thing disappeared. I found it. It shrunk to the size of a golf ball.
Who
flat
needs a
golf ball.
crackling flame?
So-
huh?
Entire hard drive.
All the porn is on that.
You know,
I'm not going to answer that.
you know, Grissom could probably somehow extract something out of there and find some sort of
You
thread
know
of.
what? I guarantee you, though, if Brian Whitman did that in his fireplace, he burned his hard drive down to that, he would still have to take that to Santa Monica Bay and throw it in the ocean.
He doesn't trust it.
He still doesn't
Well,
trust
if you listen closely, I think you can
that
hear
all the
children
information-
screaming from that rock.
Put it up to your ear. See what you can hear.
I did something similar. Honest to God.
Sounds like the Vienna Boys Choir. They're kind of flat.
Look at the
No,
castratis.
the truth is, I'm on medication. I think we all know this about me.
Shocker.
I've said on the air that I take Wellbutrin, and I've Xanax, and I mean they got me on a couple of different things. And early on, they try you on this, they try you on that, because you're totally, you're depressed out of your head, and the psychiatrist is throwing samples at you, and you're walking out of there. It's like you're at Gelson's. He's got the shopping cart full of pharmaceuticals. You just push it down to the. So I became very self-conscious that maybe the garbage men would be looking at the pill bottle when it was empty.
Oh,
God,
right.
you and Frosty are.
I
just alike.
burned them.
Jesus Christ.
That's good.
You
Is that
burned the
right?
pill bottles.
I burned because I was given Wellbutrin, and then I think Effexor he gave me. So I didn't want it to look to the garage people, men and women, the garbage people, that I was on all of this stuff.
And you live alone, so they assume it's just you. And-
Right,
and-
right, because
Frosty
the doctor
would make blue labels with
No,
fake family members.
the
Grandma's on the Wellbutrin.
He's
and-
more of a worker than you are.
Right, no, but the doctor was experimenting, see what works for me, giving me this different medication. To the average person, it would look like I was just like a radical, like Judy Garland or something. Pardon the reference.
yes.
I know I'm a 35-year-old man, but
Yes.
Judy Garland
That's not
came
Judy
to
Garland.
mind.
That's Liza. I don't do Julie, but I do Liza. Liza mixed with Carol Channing. Oh, yeah, that's lovely. Oh, my husband David and I.
So really, it's nothing like Judy Garland.
Nothing.
But it's interesting. Brian, you and I really are so much alike because I'm self-conscious about them being able to see through the side of your grocery bag. The little thin plastic thing that saves
Yes.
trees. They can see right through
They
there.
can see right in. Now, Frosty, but I have to say this to you. You and I do have a lot in common, and about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago.
Oh, here we go.
No.
No, the audience needs to hear this.
No, I beg of you, no.
No, they deserve to hear it and to know exactly what happened.
Great, another uncomfortable moment.
I'm leaving.
I don't want to be the guy at the station that brings uncomfortable moments to all of his coworkers.
No, I love it. Don't get me wrong.
I
Screw them. Help me out. Just tell me the story here.
All right, it's coming. It's coming. Please, we got all night,
This
Paul.
is foreplay, Paul.
You're not on the air till 11, for Christ's sake. I mean, you do a half hour, you do 22 minutes in 3 hours. What are you rushing me for?
I might have a birthday during the show. Come on.
Okay, let's hear your version
All right.
of this saga.
So Frosty sent me a very nice email, like a very nice email, which I responded to. Also, I thought very nice.
Very
email.
nice. Very cordial, friendly.
Very nice.
Right.
Okay. And I remember listening to Frosty, Heidi, and Frank one afternoon, and Frosty was talking about President Carter and talking about the Carter Center and how he loved Jimmy Carter.
And I was actually in Carter's inauguration for the marching band. I'm not that old. But anyway, I was representing the state of Indiana in his inaugural parade. So
Right.
I have this bond. I saw Jimmy Carter. We locked eyes.
okay.
He was cool, hip, and happening.
I've never met Jimmy Carter, but I'm like a Jimmy Carter fan. Tim knows this. Tim tries to paint him as an anti-Semite and gets crazy. And I get angry. I really respect Jimmy Carter. I really have a
we
thing
have
for him.
audio of Jimmy Carter.
This is not Jimmy Carter. Do not play this. This
This is Jimmy Carter giving a speech about a month ago.
is offensive.
He's talking to a crowd down in Florida.
No, yeah, right. He's building a house for a homeless person. That's what he's doing with Habitat for Humanity.
I don't know what he's doing.
So anyway,
The Reich family.
I remember that Frosty was into Jimmy Carter. So this movie comes out, this documentary. It's called The Man from Plains by Jonathan Demme, the director. You know Paul. You know him. I mean, he's no slouch. So I figure I got to see this movie. It's a documentary about Jimmy Carter. I got to do it. But I have the OCD, and I can't go to a movie theater by myself. I can't sit alone in a movie theater. I just cannot do it. So I said, I know, I'll email Frosty. He's the only other person I've ever even heard who has this Jimmy Carter Jones. So I email him maybe top 5 world's nicest emails, inviting him to come to the movie with me.
Like 7 or 8 paragraphs on and on.
Single space.
That's exactly how the kind of emails you send. You should relate.
It was very
How
cordial.
depressing.
It did invite me, and what did I say? I said
No.
Send.
Now we know Frosty's still well enough to know that he
Who
didn't
are
just
you?
say no.
No.
How exactly, if you recall, and I'm sure you do because you probably cry every night thinking of it, how did I word my rebuff, my rejection? Did I use kid gloves? Did I just say, hell no, I ain't hanging out with your ass?
No, but what you said was you basically revealed to me that I must have misunderstood what I heard on the air. Like a listener.
me.
You treated me like a listener. You wrote like...
an autograph?
You said you take it to Ski Dazzle.
You said, and then you said, but watch your mailbox for an autographed picture of the 3 of us. It was so rude.
And a Billy beer.
And I haven't seen the movie yet. So if anybody really likes Jimmy Carter and wants to go with me, I'll buy the tickets. I really want to see the movie. I mean, how rude is that?
Doesn't it sound like a wonderful, fun night watching a documentary on Jimmy Carter building villages for amputee Hebrew orphan amputees, whatever, with Dom
Christ.
DeLuise over here?
Oh, with Dom DeLuise. F you.
Now-
I invite, excuse me, add you now to the like us list. F you.
Here's the thing, Brian.
No, I invited you to a
I know you
movie.
did, but
I
how
asked
come-
you out to go to have a meal
Right.
and to see a movie.
Yes, but
and
how
by the
come-
way, you don't get out that much.
I know, because
You-
I
don't-
reserve the right to say no without being a total ass.
All
How
right.
come you have to say yes when someone invites you out? I just didn't feel like hanging out with you.
Well, then...
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, don't take it personally.
Well, how the hell don't you take that personally? I just didn't feel like hanging
Well,
out
I don't know
with
how
you.
else to say it. I wasn't going to lead you on. I mean, you were like...
Well, I don't want to get in your pants,
just
Frosty.
seemed like you were
I want to go
really-
see a goddamn movie.
Maybe I was reading into it. It just seemed like you were really into me or something. Let's go see a
nut.
documentary on Jimmy Carter and have
Was
coffee
that
later.
honestly your worry?
I get a good rate at Motel 6. We can spend the night. They have a
Right, I'm right.
continental breakfast the next morning.
Come to the movie, and then I want to bang
We're
you.
the same
Frosty.
size robe. We can share a robe and flip-flops in the shower.
I thought that my screen name, I want to Frosty at hotmail.com, maybe was a little, threw you off a bit. But, I'm going to tell you something about courtesy.
Okay, fine.
Because maybe the woman in whose bed you got those crabs, maybe she didn't tell you this about courtesy. But when a nice person, and by the way, you initiated the email relationship.
All I did was say, hey, congratulations on your ratings or whatever the hell I was
you said-
ingratiating you with. I didn't expect me to be your
We
best
didn't know
friend.
that. No, by the way, we didn't know that.
Wait a minute. So you sent
By the way,
you
he
sent
started
Brian
it?
a congratulations and he asked you out?
We didn't know that.
All I wanted to say was, hey, good, you guys sound great. I listen to you. Suddenly he wants to hang out with me. By the way, okay,
That is outrageous.
Let's just get it out.
No, that is outrageous.
Brian sent me a follow-up, which if you notice, you're on AOL too. You can check when someone reads it. Have you noticed I haven't even read your second email? It's listed as unread since like October.
You are
I
such...
refuse to answer it. Every time I sign on, it says, you have a mail. Yeah, I know it's Brian. I can't read it because I don't know I've read his mail.
You are such a bitch.
Check it tonight. It says unread.
I don't care. You know what? You know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to unsend it. I'm going to unsend it. So you're going to never read it. You're never going to have a chance to read it.
Doesn't matter.
Say, we'll
Don't-
check
and-
to see if you've unread
and-
or unsaid it. Doesn't
you know
matter.
what? And then don't go on the air acting like you love Jimmy Carter when you don't, because the people who really do like the former president and think he's a man worth seeing in a movie got the wrong idea. God damn it!
You don't know what it's like. I want to use my computer and play Slingo, and I got to use whiteout to blot out your name up there. Email. I know.
Frosty, I'm going to tell you something. I have seen you in Burbank. You never didn't see me see you.
Oh,
But
yes?
I have seen you
Where?
eating alone, my friend. Sitting in a restaurant, eating by yourself. I said, oh, Christ, that's Frosty. I got to turn the other way. Because I was embarrassed for you.
And you were there alone, observing me alone.
So I sent you an email thinking maybe I'll drag this guy out of the house. He doesn't live far. We'll go to the movie, maybe go to Fuddruckers, talk about radio, and then I'll go home and he'll go home.
He loves Fuddruckers.
But you say no?
Not when he's there.
What the hell's wrong with me?
I want to go and concentrate on my hamburger. I don't want to listen to you doing stupid imitations of Bullwinkle all night.
You have to concentrate on a sandwich.
Honest to God, it was
is
like
a burger bar.
It was like being in the second grade when you can't get anybody to play kickball with you, or you're the last person picked on the team. Honest to God,
Brian asked me the other day.
you had no right to be that mean to me.
Brian asked me the other day. Brian said, "Do I rub people wrong at this station?" And I said, "What are you talking about?"
So what? If someone asks you out, you have to say yes. What have we gone socialist all of a sudden?
You don't have to say yes, and
Well, I didn't.
I know you said no, and
know-
it's fine. But I have to say this to you.
Yes.
It bothers you that he didn't email you back.
It's eating me up, but never, my friend. I respect you. And
Oh, I'm your
you're-
friend now. See what I mean? My friend.
Never.
My special friend.
Never. Please, Frosty.
Never again.
Never again will I invite you to anything.
But I think that's what he was looking for.
Jesus, help me get over this internal pain.
He
How
got.
will I live?
I swear to God, I'll go through every host on this station before I ever come back to you.
Oh, please, no.
And by the way, Mr. Stillwell, I am a good friend. You really blew it, pal. You blew it. I'm a damn good friend. You blew it. I buy nice gifts.
You'll never meet another guy like me.
Yeah, right. You go out there, Frosty.
It sounds like a pleasant laid-back evening, doesn't it? We could go to Starbucks and throw caffeine at each other.
You know what, Frosty? Fine. Go to movies with other guys. Pick any guy you want. Have a good time. Go out with 20 guys. None of them, I promise you,
Okay, tell
will
you what.
treat you the way I would have treated you.
Brian, I'll tell you what.
You know what? That's the first time I've ever heard two guys break up on the air.
Tim,
Who never went out.
stay out of this, Tim. Oh, I guess it's your show. Okay, tell you
And I
what.
still haven't seen the movie.
Maybe we should. Is it still on? I'll tell you what. Maybe I should go because at least next to you I would look thin.
Oh my God.
All right. We got to take a break, folks. It is the Conway and Whitman
Why
show.
am I always insulted by my coworkers, Tim? What do I do to people? I'm not a mean guy. Why is everybody on this
Brian,
station? Why, Tim?
As I always tell you, it's everybody else.
Thank you, my
Okay.
friend. Thank you.
All
thank
right.
you.
Frosty, Heidi, and Frank are with us. Also, Paul Majors joins us. And we're live at 97.1 Free FM. In about 15 minutes, we'll be on KCAL, so turn your TVs on to Channel 9. And we also have to thank Lowry's for coming by. They gave us a great meal before the big show here.
And I'd like
I'll
to
tell you
thank Jimmy
something.
Carter for all the wonderful work he does for Habitat for Humanity.
Yes, in the Carter Center.
Okay. All right, it is the Conway and Whitman show, back live here on KCAL as well as KLSX tonight. And we're live at 97.1 Free FM. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman show. We're live at 97.1 Free FM, broadcasting from CBS KCAL in the San Fernando Valley. Joined by Frosty, Heidi, and Frank, as well as Paul Majors from Channel 2. You can see him at 11 o'clock tonight. And a major battle going on between the two heavyweights here. These guys didn't say a word to each other.
I don't know
during
about
the
you,
break.
fellow Tupster, but I resent the heavyweights comment. A little tinge of social comment.
Well, I meant
in
a
that.
heavyweight fight. I mean, like a world champion.
By that,
you know.
And while we're on, body size and everything, I was driving around one day listening to Frosty, Heidi, and Frank, and my name came up. And I believe you said on the air, Frosty, In fact, I know you did.
Was it something witty, wise, charming, and funny as hell?
Inaccurate it was. You said
4 out of 5.
You said that you and I have the same, quote, body type, close quote.
I was really cutting myself down that day.
You did.
I'm not willing to lower my. The thing is, you and I are very similar physically.
Right. Why are you looking at me like that? Like you don't like me.
In silhouette in a dark alley, I think we'd be very, very hard to tell apart. We're very similar.
Right.
Now, I shouldn't go here because you're going to get all upset again. You'll throw another hissy fit.
No, Frosty, I don't
hang out with people who look like me. It's too degrading.
He hates himself, so why would he hang out with you? That reminds him of
Frank,
himself.
I can do better.
Frank, all I asked was a movie. It's like all I said was, let's just go to the movie because I thought we had a common interest in President Carter. I mean, if it was a movie about off-roading and I liked off-roading, I'd call Malibu Dan and say, let's go see the movie.
Right.
It wasn't a movie. It was a documentary. Movies like Billy Elliot, Titanic,
But Heidi,
Steel Magnolias. Now we're talking movie.
You sit next to this guy every day.
Yeah.
Have you heard the references to Jimmy Carter?
Every day, Frank and I look at each other and go, how old are you, 112? We're still talking about Carter?
Usually it's an Amy Carter reference directed at you.
There was a reference about you today that I think it'll make you feel good and put the branch of peace out there, because I went home for Thanksgiving, and I was playing a game called Would You Rather with my entire family.
Oh,
Now, that game can get kind of out of hand sometimes.
A little racy?
Little racy. And so I threw out a hypothetical would you rather of my own, and I said, Frosty, would you rather have sex with Brian in private or have sex with Tim in front of Elton John?
Wow.
And he said, I would rather have sex with Brian in private.
Oh, look
Wow.
at that. All his
I
brand.
did.
Really?
I
Look
did
at
say
that.
that. Come here.
Seriously.
Only because he loves Elton John and doesn't want to show anybody he's cheating on him, right?
That's so funny.
Is that right?
He doesn't want to look taken.
Yeah, he wants to
So-
seem available to Elton in case
Now-
Elton never leaves David.
Have you
I don't know
seen
if it-
seen the Bee movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I want to
actually.
see that.
Oh, well, then maybe you and I will
You
go.
and I, Brian.
I'm going to strike up a friendship with one of the three of you if it's the last thing I do.
Maybe Frank and I and you could go to see the Bee movie.
That would be nice.
Never heard of it. Why did they market it a little bit?
Tim doesn't invite me places.
No, I don't.
Tim
But
doesn't.
this is also, I mean, if you've listened to our show, you know that Brian is a big fan of Lowe. He's a big fan of Barry Manilow.
When you say big, you do mean
major
metaphorically
fan. Yeah.
huge, large. Okay, fine.
Right, yeah.
Just
Major
clarify.
fan of Elton John and also of Barry Manilow.
Well, again-
and he's actually
You always send the wrong message.
he actually has been standing online for a concert of Barry Manilow with a male friend of his in Las Vegas.
Oh, my.
Tim, the way
And I thought to myself, I would rather kill myself
Yeah.
than stand in line with a friend.
You camped out for Barry Manilow?
No, I did not camp
He's a
out.
fan of Lowe,
I
Frank.
did not camp out. This is how.
But he has a sly way of asking a friend of his to the Barry Manilow concert. His friend will be gambling blackjack, drinking and smoking, and he'll slide a ticket to Barry Manilow.
It's like it's a seductive method of just kind of sliding the. By the way, those tickets are expensive. If you see Barry Manilow with me, you sit in the intimate stage side seating.
You
Right,
don't
but
get-
how do you take the stink off the fact that the two of you are standing in line for the concert? I mean, you wearing a football helmet?
Tim.
Are you carrying a Heisman trophy?
Tim,
How do you take the stink off?
I am a stud online for Barry Manilow. Most of the dudes are like in heels.
Yeah.
So
That's my point.
I'm like a real dude. I'm like you there. I'm like the you there. But look, here's your problem. Your problem, Tim, is that you're too judgmental. If I'm a big Barry Manilow fan. I used to grow up. My mom would be listening to the music, so it reminds me of childhood.
Did you have a poster on your wall?
No, I don't, Frank.
Oh,
Thank you.
Mandy, you
Did you ever?
came
No.
and you
No.
gave without taking.
You have
But
an
I
aut-
sent you away.
Hey, oh, Mandy.
I love it.
Don't get her singing.
I love it. I weep.
Do you have an
Actually.
autographed picture of him?
Yes, I do. See, I've been in broadcasting, for
21 years.
21 years. Thank
Right,
you.
I hear that every night.
Thank you, Tim. And of all of the people I've met, celebrities, I've asked one for an autograph, and it was Barry Manilow, and he was so
Jerry, please.
he was so nice, and he is just so great in concert. And Elton John is great. Now, I've seen Guns N' Roses, too. I've seen, like, Billy Joel. I saw Kiss. I see, like, Studley stuff, too, Tim.
But no autographed pictures.
That is correct.
The same guy saw Kiss and Manilow.
That is correct. I have.
He's well-rounded.
I have,
and I don't mean that in a fat way. I mean, you're
How many
your horizons are
personalities
broad.
do you have?
There's nothing wrong with my musical selections. I like concerts. I like to see these people. And by the way, when I go, Frosty, who didn't go with me to the movie.
Send me an email. Maybe I'll get back with you.
When I go out, my friend.
Yeah.
When I go out, I get a nice meal. I mean, an expensive meal. And I would have bought it for you and
Tell
everything.
you what. Send me an email. My address is noeffingway.com.
I can't believe, though, you still have an unread email from Brian Whitman.
See, I couldn't delete it because he would know that I deleted it unread. So I was
What's
thinking,
more insulting?
Well,
Not reading it for 8 months?
Well, yeah, the silence was, I couldn't let him know that he got to me.
Is there an expiration where
That I
eventually
got
it'll go
to you?
away?
Are you a lunatic?
You didn't get to me, but I didn't want you to think that you did, so I didn't click read.
See, if
I wanted you to know that it was unread, thinking,
if Frosty deletes it right away, it looks like, well, maybe he was just running through and clearing out his email and didn't see it.
Because it
But
says
it's been there since October. You know he's seen it.
But the head games.
And
the
he never
head
opened
games.
it.
But it says
Are there
deleted.
any other unopened emails you have?
No, just his. Just his.
What
And
did I do to you?
See, when you delete a mail, someone at AOL can know that it was deleted unread. I didn't want you to know that I didn't want to read your email,
So you
I
do
just left it
care.
unread.
You're not curious as to what's in there?
I have no... Are you kidding me?
Oh,
I'm unsending it tonight.
Have you heard the last half hour?
Can
It's
you
stuff like that, probably.
Can you unsend something?
Don't bother.
I had no idea.
Oh, hi.
You're a lunatic.
All right, folks, turn on
They're
channel
doing their
9.
nightly radio show from our newsroom. Tim Conway Jr., Brian Whitman, and Frosty, Heidi, and Frank.
Thank
from
you.
97.1 Free FM. And also understand that you brought along Al Gore with you as well?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's right. I was at the White House yesterday, and it was kind of interesting. I said to the president, wow, this is what it looks like on the inside.
It looked a little uncomfortable, the picture, right, of George Bush and Al Gore
Absolutely.
there. Hey, look, Al, make yourself comfortable, no problem. Just don't sit behind that big desk.
All right, now Frosty, Heidi, and Frank are with us, and I guess they've prepared something, or you guys have something for KCAL,
Well,
huh?
no, we know that, and I don't know if the people here at KCAL-9 know that you recently got a very prestigious award in Los Angeles radio.
Oh, I see. Right, yes. Thank you
were
very much.
voted the most listened to night show in Los Angeles. That's a huge
Thank you
deal,
very
right?
much. Thank you.
And I mean,
Thank you
we
very
love
much.
you, and we would do anything
Thank
for you.
you.
I said today, Tim Conway on our show, that I love you so much, and I love Brian Whitman too, but I love you so much that if you asked me to help you paint your house, I would.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm very fond of
that
you.
down.
I'm very fond of you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Of the 25 nighttime listeners,
Wow.
you got the majority.
You got the majority, right?
We got the guys sleeping in their cars.
and I don't know
It
if
said more people fall asleep to Conway and Whitman than any other show
a
at
win's a
night.
win. You know what I mean?
And I choose to celebrate a win.
Thank you very much.
And so,
You got us something?
well, to celebrate, we got a little bottle of champagne.
Look at that. Thank you very much.
Now, I don't know if Brian, forgive me, I don't know if you drink or not, so I didn't know if...
Look at
Like a fish.
Okay, because I wasn't sure, but I do know that you do enjoy...
Prescriptions?
Yeah,
Pills.
so I did bring a little something.
Actually, those are birth control pills. You got to take 5 to get a buzz.
So I didn't want to leave anybody out. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much.
No, actually, they're chocolate-covered almonds.
I was
So I
hoping
figured
for-
you would enjoy.
Oh, damn it.
But there's pills inside of those. It's kind of like you're giving them to a dog.
I was hoping for
And by
Aquadots.
almond, I mean Xanax.
I was listening. Harold Green was talking about the surfs down in Del Mar. I don't know about. I don't know what he considers surfing, but every time I'm down there, I see him at the racetrack.
Well,
Here we go again.
you and his racetrack deal.
Poor Harold and Pat.
I was there one day with no shoes on and no money, and you're going to hold that against me forever.
Hey, you know what? We want to thank you guys. Heidi, you make a great point by bringing them champagne. The guys are really class act because they actually fed us some steak today for their big win. So thanks for sharing.
You
You're great
got
guys.
it, gang.
Hey,
Absolutely.
one more thing, though. What did that set you back? How much you got to shell out to get that kind of deal?
Well, it was 12 people at $200 a piece, $2,400, but don't worry about it.
No, I'm talking about the award you
Oh,
got.
I see the award.
No, you were being mean, is what you were being.
Let's see, $40 for the champaign and about $12 for the almonds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, you
Oh, hey,
guys.
who loves Barry Manilow?
Me. Okay. So
Brian Whitman.
Here's what I am: a Barry Manilow fan who pops pills and drinks champagne and doesn't get legitimate awards for his radio show. I'm real glad I showed up here tonight.
And that's his singles ad.
Okay, kids, thanks for tuning in tonight. Hey, that's Tim,
Thank you,
Brian,
Pat.
Frosty, Heidi, and Frank.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Or the
Okay.
usual suspects, as we call them.
Thanks
And
for
they'll be
having
here all evening, so we'll
All
check.
right, folks, that is fantastic, guys. Thank you very much for doing this. We got to take a quick break here, but thank you for the champagne. Look
You're
at
welcome.
that.
We love
and
you
I
guys.
actually would like to give a bottle to you guys because you guys won Best Daytime Show.
Oh, did we?
did
Oh,
we?
that's right. Oh, it slipped our mind.
Thanks for mentioning that after we're off the TV.
Yeah, thanks.
All right? After they go away from the camera shot.
The whole reason I did that to stroke you was to stroke us, and Pat Harvey would know how cool we are.
Ever heard of
How
reciprocation?
about this?
Okay.
We promised to do it while Danny Bonaducci's
Oh,
on.
Yes.
would you? That's even better. That's even better.
All right.
Oh
Ask
my
them what
God.
place they came.
I promise you at 9:30. At 9:30, we'll put this in the chair that you guys will be leaving.
Thank you. All right.
For Danny and say
Make sure you-
congratulations.
By the way, make sure you leave the almonds here, too.
All right. We got to take a short break. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. Paul Majors joins us from Channel 2. He's on 11 o'clock. And also Frosty, Heidi, and Frank every single day on the station from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And kicking ass the ratings, too. The number one show on the station.
And next year we'll be in stereo, starting in January, in stereophonic sound.
Excellent,
And
excellent.
in color.
And
All
that's
right.
09. We're in
Yeah,
color
we almost
in
didn't
09.
make it down here tonight, but it's hard to tell these guys no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank
after
you
they
very
fill you up
much.
with aqua dots that was stuffed in the prime rib, they pretty much, you can do whatever they want.
I'm feeling sleepy all
After
of a
I got
sudden.
my ass chewed out by Jack for that email I sent him today.
That was a kick-ass email, by the way.
I apologize to Jack Silver if he's listening. I used some foul language in an email today. Should have done that.
I
All
saw
right.
words in that email I didn't even know existed.
I know, but I thought that CBS would filter those words out, but they did not.
Heidi, when you say you're feeling sleepy, you're ahead by about 2 hours in this radio station.
All right. It's the Conway and Whitman Show. Frost, Heidi, and Frank join us. We're live at 97.1 Free FM. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live on 97.1 Free FM, joined by Paul Majors from Channel 2. You can see him at 11 o'clock tonight. And Frosty, Heidi, and Frank, you can hear him every morning from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m.
Thanks, Tim.
Wow. 5 hours every morning.
Well,
huh?
It's tough.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Especially that last hour.
That last hour, man. What do? You take the script from the first hour and just try to
Just do it over
as close
again.
as possible?
We try to replicate exactly what we said, 10 to 11, and say it just like we said it. It's tough.
Does it get close?
It's a synchronization skill.
No, I do have to mention before we get out of here that that last segment was actually on KCAL-9, and I'm the only one sitting here at this desk that doesn't have any makeup on. And I'm the one who needed it the most. I shaved off my beard last night, and I have these two Vesuvian chin horns. And we're on HD TV, and the lady spent 3.5 hours on Frosty's face and Heidi's face. I mean, you can put icing on a turd, it's still a turd. I'm the good-looking one on the program. I need to cover the blemishes.
Well, why didn't you go back there?
I was there. I was waiting the entire time. And all of a sudden, we got to go back on. 30 seconds. I'm like, are we going on TV? No, that's like 10 more minutes. So I come out here. 2 minutes to TV. Crap. This is high def.
And he's trying to pick up
This
on
is
Jackie
horrible.
Johnson, so it's not going
Jackie's
well.
going to see this.
Yes, she is.
All right. Well, from what we understand, Jackie's on TV right now on Channel 9.
Look at that.
She's getting back together with her old boyfriend.
Right,
How do
yeah.
you know that, really?
Yeah. Well, Brian Whitman asked her out.
Well, that, again, is kind of misrepresenting what
She also never answered
Did you
the
offer
email.
to take her to, Did you offer to take her to Fuddruckers?
No, I had
You want to take her to
understood.
the Jimmy Carter movie?
I had understood she was an admirer of Jimmy Carter. No, what happened was we were here one night, and Tim said to me, it was at the very end of the show, and Tim said to me, and I know he wasn't telling the truth, commercial break. Hey, Bobo. Come here, hey, Whitman, come here, dude. Hey, Bobo. Jackie effing Johnson, man. She asked me if you were single, dude. I swear to Christ, man. I said, you're lying to me. Don't do this to me. So then she's here, and she said, and I don't really know if she's into me or not, and I assume she isn't, of course.
Right.
I mean, if Frosty's not returning your emails, Jackie Johnson wants to bang you. I mean, in what universe do those two things happen? So then she springs on me. Oh, I'm back with my boyfriend, and we were talking about dogs and how much we both like dogs. And then she says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what about the guy from Florida?" She said, "Oh, we were kind of back together." I just got up and I walked out.
Yeah, he left the show.
Oh.
Yeah. Very, very. And she was upset because she thought she really upset you.
Well, I was totally embarrassed. I
So
mean,
now are you not only arguing with Frosty, with Danny Bonaducci and Tom Leykis, but you've made enemies here.
Tim, I am
It
not.
must be everybody else.
Tim, I am not arguing with Tom Leykis. There is no feud. I do not talk about him. I have never, ever had a crossword with Danny Bonaducci, ever. I love Danny Bonaducci. If he doesn't like me or if he's mad at me...
Well, we'll find out the next hour. He's coming in.
Is he coming in?
Yeah.
But
I think
what
he's coming
is
in.
this?
I don't know.
I don't know what goes on at work, but let me just help you out here, bro. All these desks that are behind us here when you guys were on TV.
Right.
Those are always full every night, but when they found out the radio show was going to be here, they all moved.
Oh my God. That's
Far
right.
side
You
of the
see,
building.
certain there are purses
Look at
on
that.
certain ones, jackets on the backs of chairs.
It's like a ghost town
We
there.
got to take a break
Oh,
here.
that's awful.
Paul, thanks for coming on. Frosty,
Thank you very
Heidi, and
much.
Frank, Paul
Thank you
Majors,
for having
everybody.
us.
You
Anytime,
guys are
guys.
the best.
We love you.
And Danny Bonaducci coming up at 9 o'clock.
I'm so
and
nervous. I'm getting like a stomach ache now.
Must be a
we'll
big
find out.
ache.
Yeah, we'll find out what his feud is with Danny Bonaducci. It's Conway and Whitman live at 97.1 Free FM.